right, so let me switch you a little bit. Amma, please move to the other side, and then Counselor will sit on this side for me. Please put your hands together for my beautiful guest. First of all, did you see Counselor's dance moves? Yeah. If we left him here, he would have danced for 2 hours, but thank God. Thank God for, 2 left legs. How are we doing?
We're doing very well.
We're doing well. I'm happy. I'm excited. Today's Friday, so it's more let your hair loose, just like our Kim Kardashian sitting on the chair. Lord. But let's get into the conversation, and I'm very excited about it because when it comes to relationships, it's very dicey. Fahim will be joining us shortly.
Okay.
Counselor, before you come in, let me ask Amma this very important question. Are you one, if your partner wrongs you, which method would you go for in the moment? Would you silent treat him, or you'd tell him head on?
Okay, so it depends. So for me, I think I like to speak up when something is bothering me, but I would love to cool down, calm down, because in the moment of anger, you could say anything and then it would escalate the whole issue. So I believe in speaking up, but giving yourself time to calm down a bit. Then when you're ready, you can have an appropriate or a more mature conversation. That's my take. So I would calm down first, and then I would speak up. Yes.
So you calm down.
Yes, but I will still speak up.
But then there's some silence in your process of calming down.
Yes.
There's still silence.
Yes, in that moment, when something has happened, and sometimes speaking right away, it could, take the whole thing to another level. So I prefer to calm down. I wouldn't say the whole day. Maybe if you're silent treatment can be something that can escalate to even a month. But I think giving yourself time to calm down, and after you have calmed down, you speak up. That's how I feel. So I would speak up, but not in the moment. But after I've calmed down, let's say give myself 1 hour, then I would speak on it.
Then you will speak
yes.
on it. All right. Now, Counselor, let's come to a very professional understanding of silent treatment and being able to communicate how you feel in the spur of the moment. What really is it? Because I think that sometimes people intertwine the meaning. Someone is not talking to their husbands for 2 months, and they say it's not silent treatment, so I'm just showing him something. That's how we communicate. Do you understand? And someone is also thinking that talking, probably immediately it happens, is how you communicate what is happening to you. So can we get a clear understanding of these two terms?
All right, so when there's conflict, emotionally the couples are disconnected. So in that moment, somebody is asking yourself, what happened? Why is this happening? We are fine now. So putting that thought together, at that moment, somebody will not love to talk. So we like to go quiet, trying to put the thought together, try to process what is happening. On the other hand, we have other persons who want to re-establish the connection. So at the moment there's a conflict, they want to talk at that moment. So those who go quietly, they do that for themselves, for self-preservation. Because I want to put my thought together. I don't want to say things I'll come back and regret it. Others, when they get to that zone that they are putting their thought together, they feel comfortable that coming back is difficult. And so that they don't communicate to their partner that I need a moment. So the partner thinks that you are dodging the issue or you are running away. So imagine you have a partner who pursue. While you are running away, the person is pursuing you. Some has escalated to violence in some marriages. So they used to start in the bedroom. One person leaves to the living room. As if I want to be alone, we will not communicate to the spouse. The spouse is following. Then it try to leave the house. The spouse run and lock the door. Then it's not going to escalate. So what we can do is know that the emotional withdrawal is for the other person wanted to protect or preserve his emotion and process them. What you have to do is in that moment is you let the partner know that I need a moment. I'm upset. I'm not happy. I need a time for myself. Sometimes if you know yourself better, I can say, I need an hour. I need 2 hours. We come back to this issue. So the one who is pursuing or who is chasing you will allow you the hour or 2 hours. So you can be yourself. And then later on we can come back to the table and talk about it. But if you don't communicate, you give any timeline and just leave or communicate different language to other people, silence also communicates something. Some people even feel like you are disrespecting me by walking away whilst we have conflict. Others feel like when you leave the place, I don't want to talk to you. So when you are messaging them, they don't even respond to the message. So somebody say ghosting. You hear plenty of this word ghosting, even used in a different form now. So you are ghosting me, or you don't want to talk to me. So when you are ready to talk to me, the other person switch over. I also treat you the way you treated me.
Right.
But the treatment is not for you. The person is trying to process his or her thought. Well, what they have to do is let you know that I need a moment to process my thought. And then we can come back to the table and talk about
But
it.
there's a school of thought who believe that silent treatment is a show of maturity. But I'll ask the question properly, especially to Amma. I'll come for the more professional understanding. But Amma, do you think that silent treatment is a form of, let's say, maturity or manipulation?
I think it depends. I'll take it from two angles. It could be like you're withdrawing communication to avoid what you've done. Some people, instead of taking accountability for what they've done, they decide to go for the silent treatment to kind of paralyze, let me use the word, the other partner. So if you're not bold enough, you will not be able to address the issue. So it's a form of trying to be in control of the situation. Okay, maybe she caught you doing something you were not supposed to do, let's say cheating, and then you decide to go silent. Instead of talking about it with her, you know you are in the wrong, and then you decide to go silent. That's a form of manipulation. You're trying to, avoid, the discussion that could be had at that moment. So for me, in two ways. And another angle is that I will go silent. Let me use myself. When I have talked about a certain situation, maybe you've been putting up with a certain behavior, and I feel like I've communicated with you about it several times and you're not ready to listen. So at that moment, I don't want to talk again. And for me, when I go silent, the possibility is I'm done. Like, I don't want to go back to that situation. It's like I'm communicating, you're not hearing me, so why talk about it again? At this time, the silent treatment is telling you that I'm over it. I don't want to deal with it again. So that's my take on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Counselor, she has told us from her own perspective. She thinks that if I give you silent treatment in the moment, it's because you're not hearing me. Do you think that is more, or from your professional seat, because I'm sure you have people coming to you all the time, someone is more silent treating the partner. Most of the time, do people use the silent treatment as a tool for manipulation or maturity?
They can use this for manipulation, not per se for maturity. Maturity is when you are holding your anger, that because my words will hurt. So in a moment, I don't want to speak. That is maturity or emotional regulation. You are trying to regulate how you feel or how you express yourself so that you don't hurt the other partner. But when you wanted to use the silence to punish the other person, to let the person feel your absence, then you withdraw the connection, whatever we do in a relationship. Then in this case, it's not maturity. You are using that as a weapon to hurt the relationship. That will not resolve the issue. And a lot of things happen in that silence. One, it creates misrepresentation in such a way that you've created a distance. The other person is assuming, what are you doing with this sister? It doesn't mean that you don't love me any longer. Are you seeing somebody? Have you changed your mind? They are always thinking negative. So that will bring insecurity in the relationship. Again, being silent delay the resolution. So we are not going to solve the issues. And the more the issue linger, it's going to be bigger. And again, whenever we withdraw from our partner, people sometimes get comfortable. They start talking to other people, especially those who are not in a relationship.
I'm not cutting you, but we sit in this world where we are told that distance makes the heart grow fonder. The more I'm distant from you, or if I give you silent treatment for 1 month, you will miss me immensely.
Oh, 1 month is a lot. So 1 month is if we all want to be connected. As a baby, when we were born, you were crying. When somebody heard you, you were fine. You all want to connect. So 1 month, you are not dead. You are alive. You misses me, but you just don't want to communicate with me. So what you are telling me that you are rejecting me, that the message you are sending across. And rejection hurt. So to know you are around, but you won't talk to me continuously for 1 month. Then somebody show up, the person is showing care, or call to check up on me. Then I'll draw closer to the one who is showing care and moving away from the one who is rejecting me. So the more the silence linger, it creates trouble. And the married people, no matter how difficult the issue or those in a relationship, the only way we can resolve the issues or make resolution is when we talk about it. But talking about it, people are afraid of that. Do you know why?
Why?
Because some will go into the conversation and go shouting, venting their anger. So they don't make sense. So you come and say, you are like that. And then you vent all the anger. Others are even name calling, making you feel, or using insult. They are still venting their anger. Others are talking about the whole thing. Whatever they are saying, they are not even making sense. So if you are going to talk about the issue, you got to show respect. So first I'll be calm. And when I'm calm, I'll come to the table. And when I come to my partner, I should also ask my partner whether they are ready to talk. So that people just want to corner you in an area.
But if you've offended me, Amma, and I think that you're a woman, men can be very annoying sometimes, right? You're talking to him, Kojo, don't do A, Kojo is doing A.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe you've said it times without number. I don't like this specific thing you're doing to me, but Kojo is still doing it.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that if I silent treat him, I'm putting distance in the middle or in between us. But also, I feel as anytime I give Kojo distance, that is when he understands me. In this case, isn't that the dynamic of our relationship?
So there are two things. If you are telling Kojo, I don't like A, B, C, D, and Kojo continue doing things that makes you feel uncomfortable, then Kojo doesn't even understand what values, boundaries are.
Right.
Then you are making me feel unsafe in that relationship. What the future? We can't continue in that path. Then we have to end the relationship. Or we seek for a different way of doing things. That is one. Or you come and you are just insulting Kojo or venting to Kojo because we are hurt. You're just telling Kojo how you feel. See, I always make this analogy. If two people, one is sick and the person is showing symptoms, and the other one is not showing symptoms, when you even take them to the hospital, the one showing symptoms will be more taken care of first. So in a relationship, if you are hurt, you can't express how you feel. But you come and you just hurt your partner because you are hurt. You won't make any resolution. Nothing will change. So it's going to be argument. You hurt me, I hurt you. You hurt me, and I become defensive. What you say, I also say the same thing to you. And then we won't solve anything. So such relationship won't grow. We get tired of doing it and we go separate way. So what I'm saying is, if you are spoken to Kojo respectfully, let Kojo know your boundaries, and Kojo is continuously the same path, then this relationship has no future.
Yeah. Amma, this is very professional, but let's be technical. You and I are girls. And we know how annoying it can be. I'm waiting for Fahim to get here so we can find out from him how women would also, or how he will react to a woman from a young man's perspective. But this is very technical. This one is like they've written it in the book. But on ground, men can be so annoying. Forgive me if you're a man watching at home, but yes, sometimes they can stand on your last nerve.
True.
In the moment, if he forces you, you may say something you don't want to say. Here's lies the case you're asking us to be calm. But Kojo doesn't respond to calm. Amma, how are you handling this situation?
I don't know. At this point, you might vent. Because you've said it time and time again. So maybe silent treatment at this point won't be an option. It can bring out some certain rage in you that, I've been saying this thing to you, and it's like, now, even if you're a calm person, he has tested you to your limits. You might do the worst. You might say too much and all that. But for me, I feel like if something is not working for you, it's like you need to draw the curtains. As Counselor said, you don't respect my values, you don't respect my boundaries. I agree with that one. I feel like too much, it becomes toxic at a point when we keep fighting, talking about the same thing over and over again. I feel like at this time we should realize that we are not on the same page. You understand? I feel like the way I deal with my relationships now will be different from some years ago. Maybe I was immature back then, the silent treatment thing, you don't communicate, you just shut off. Now I've communicated with you. You've not done anything about it. So I realized that we are not on the same page. So in my 30s, the way I'm dealing with this is that we're not on the same page. I think it's time to call it. It's done. So
it's easier said than done.
I know.
You've been dating Kojo for 8 years.
Hey.
You said 8 years, why? You've been dating Kojo for a good 8 years. Do you understand? And we've been told, Counselor, that in a relationship we grow every day. You would peel layers of your partner every single day. He's also growing, you're also growing. The world is changing all the time. You're telling me that after spending and putting 8 years of my life down for you, because of silent treatments and because of something you said, you're calling it quits because...
Shola, it becomes toxic. 8 years of even dating is too much already. Because it's like, what are you doing again in 8 years that you have not seen about each other? So if it's going to work, it's going to work. In 8 years, you are not even married. Talk of getting into the marriage, then what would that turn into? The relationship... the relationship has already become toxic already after 8 years of going back and forth. Silent treatments have been, we insult each other, have been, you did this, I didn't like that. Sometimes you've wasted your time, but you should know when it's time to also leave, because you are clearly not coming to some sort of agreement at this point. So Shola, I know sometimes relationships are investment, but you are also going to get hurt more the longer you stay in, and then you're not valued, you are not respected. So what do you do in such a situation? You have to come. Sometimes I always say that living a relationship does not necessarily mean you don't love each other, but maybe you're not meant for each other.
Right.
They say good people can come together, but doesn't mean they will end up with each other. So Shola, do whatever you want. do
whatever you want for me. Well, if you're home, let us know. When you have a problem with your partner, how do you solve it? Do you give them silent treatment? How long does your silent treatment last? Does it even work? Well, you can send us the messages 055-157-5757. Again, 055-157-5757. The conversation only got sweeter, okay? So please join. Counselor, let me come to you. Now, I feel that most of us picked up silent treatment from our parents and how they solved their issues. For instance, mommy and daddy have a misunderstanding the night before. For 2-3 days, we don't see mommy hug daddy. Mommy talks to daddy through you. Kojo, tell mommy I'm hungry. Kojo goes to tell mommy. Mommy tells, tell daddy I don't have any food for him today. So you experience that. Conversations are not had directly. So in today's world, when these things, and you see after probably a week, then by next week we see mommy and daddy laughing. It has solved the issue, obviously. So we pick, I see you shaking your head. Why are you shaking your head? Because I mean, this is something we've picked up from our childhood.
Okay, so silence or avoidance or being distant does not make problem disappear. The issue will not disappear, the conflict will not disappear because we have gone silent. Or silent, we're doing that to manage your emotions. And that is also creating tension in the house, because then you cannot even communicate. I had to communicate through the child. And what are you telling the child? Why are these mature people not talking? Now they are now using me to talk. And so one person has to stood up and say, look, what you did yesterday has hurt me. And we need to talk. But you know what? I don't want to talk now because I'm still processing it. We can talk in the evening or tomorrow morning. Then at least the tension is what? Reduced. But if you're going to use your child back and for the time that the child is not in and you are hungry, then what do?
I'll send you text message.
I'll send a text message. I also pretend. Sometimes people see the text message, they don't respond. I'm here, you are sending me a text message. Why can't you talk to me? Let's not assume that your partner will know how you are feeling, what you are going through, even what happened yesterday, if he was the one who did it. Go to your partner, irrespective of how you feel. Let your partner know that I am not happy with this treatment or this behavior. But there's a time for us to talk about it, instead of leaving the silent treatment to linger for long. So what I'm just saying is the silence will not make the problem disappear. If we don't talk about it, it will get bigger. You know something? When we are even silent, we are not talking to each other. We miss each other even more, especially those in a relationship.
That's why I said earlier that distance makes the heart grow fonder.
So the thing is, we want to talk, but probably pride.
Ego,
Yes. So pride, I don't want, sometimes someone will say, I am the only one who is always initiating resolution.
Yeah,
So today, I want to wait. Maybe go and then talk about it. Say, next time when there's a conflict, I want to see you make an attempt instead of you waiting. Because you can even wait, the other person is so comfortable waiting for you to make the attempt. And then the relationship is lingering. And sometimes we take this whole thing to marriage. So the 8 years we're talking about the relationship. Breaking up is difficult for some people. Oh, everybody knows that we have been together for 8 years. You embarrass me. They'll ask you, so what did you do this whole 8 years? You wasted my time. So let's manage and get married. And then they take the problem to marriage.
Right.
So let's resolve the issue, not let it linger. Some people like also want to vent. Venting is good for you to vent, but get the right people to vent. If you're going to go to a common friend, and then vent to the common friend, and the common friend will call the other person, so your partner say A, B, C, D about you. People will get so angry that you've gone to spoil me to the other person. So I also go and say the negative thing about you. Good people do bad things. Nobody is perfect. You can see good and bad in everyone. Mm-hmm. But because of love, we choose to see only the good.
Yeah.
And then trying to help other people. Last, what I'll add to it is, if you are ready for marriage or relationship, there's two things you do. One, the one who is welcoming, create space. If I'm not here, maybe probably this church is not here. You created a space before because you want me to be here. So you make some adjustment for me to come in. You who is going to somebody's life, you also compromise, because when you come to somebody's life, the chair is not like your bedroom chair, and how you want to feel comfortable, it won't be like this. So when you go, you also compromise. So adjustment and compromise work for relationship.
Right.
So if you are not willing to adjust, you are not willing to compromise, stay in your corner. Don't worry anybody in terms of marriage or relationship.
Amma, do you think that attitude is the same as silent treatments? Because sometimes you wake up in the morning, maybe we are talking, but how I'll greet you, you will know. The eye I'll give you, you will know that I'm not necessarily. So would you juxtapose the two of them, or you say they're the same thing?
They're kind of similar. For me, I feel like attitude can even come from maybe even remembering something you did some few days ago, and it can trigger an attitude in me. I don't know, but attitude sometimes is not necessarily stemming from a fight or something. You can just wake up in the morning and have an attitude, depending on how you slept. Probably you had a bad night. You wake up, it's like the person talks to you. You know that thing, like instead of talking.
Who dream and their husbands married to other women.
Yeah. I'm at the end of the time. You know, then it's like you show your hands. That's actually, but silent treatment, I think, is manipulation. Let's be honest. It's a form of gaining control of the situation. It's like, to me, it's punishment. That's how I feel. So as Counselor was saying, it's like when you continually use that method, you can break up the relationship, because at a point, one is going to get tired, especially if it's coming from one partner. Every time when we have a situation, you go silent for 1 month before we talk about it. Then what are we doing together? So I think attitude, attitude can go, maybe by afternoon you'll be fine. You understand? But silent treatment, it can take a while, which is not really healthy for any kind of relationship.
But there are people who have attitude for months.
But anyway.
Yes, attitude is also a form of communication.
Wow.
So you are telling a partner, you are sending a message across to your partner, but this message does not represent what your needs are. If you are not happy with certain behavior of your partner, so you decide to give the person attitude. Okay. It doesn't solve the problem. You've not let a partner know that because of A, B, C, D, I need that it's not done. That's why I'm doing this. So when they're also tired of your attitude, they're trying to give you the similar or worse. Okay. It doesn't make sense. So most of the time when you meet people who are having conflict or they are talking about issues, they were saying about 4 things. One is the fact. Yesterday you did this. 3 days ago, 2 days ago, last time. Those are the facts. Sometimes the fact doesn't solve anything. They can argue about the fact, so you're lying. You're lying. So we move from the fact, then we see the attitude. I don't like the way you are talking to me, the way you are showing your hand, the gestures. Then we go to emotions. Others are crying, others are angry. But the last is the need. Why are we here? Why are we having these issues? What is it that I want? And that has not been met. That's why I'm behaving this way. Can you communicate to your partner that these are my needs? An absence of these needs is how I'm feeling.
Okay. So I was speaking to someone recently who told me that for him, he doesn't think that he should baby you. And also, I think the world has this phenomenon or this thought that men don't like to talk too much. We know that, we hear that in men, so much as if a man talks too much, we think that he's doing too much.
I was going to speak about that. So let's just bring the first one. You see, the truth be told that these two people, two genders, the male brain is different from the woman's brain. Right. And a bit of it is the left side develop faster for the woman than a man. So the left comes through speech. Okay. So if you put a child of the same age and a boy and a girl in the same class, the girl learns to speak faster than even the boys, communicate well. Right. Again, within a day, the ladies will express how they feel. So how much what they bring out is more. When they are solving the issue, like I have no money now, I say, hey, I don't have money. Tomorrow I'm going to work. Is solving this processing. Men, on the other hand, they like to see things different in the bigger picture, not to talk about certain things. So they are no more expressive when it comes to some of these things. What we should encourage our men is speak out when there's issue. Because your partner will not read your mind. Right. And if she is speaking, allow her to speak. Don't guide her not to speak. Because that also creates another tension in the relationship. She becomes resentful when she's not allowed to speak.
But Counselor, they are calling this man Kojo Besia. Vendetta, don't you hear that? A man is talking, no, because he has emotions as well. Don't you have emotions? The men have emotions. Yeah. And when they finally express it, the world makes them look like they are being too emotional. Yeah. On was it X? I saw a post that said, my husband woke up today and decided to ask me a number of questions. Why is he asking me that? On a normal day, aren't we supposed to just hug it out? But the men also have emotions. So in this case, don't you think the society is constantly stampeding on the men's emotions? So they end up keeping it. They don't voice. Yeah.
If people say that you are very emotional, sometimes I see that as abusive, hurting you. Because in the sense that we all express different emotions. Something like anger is emotion, sadness is emotion, worry. All these are all different forms of emotion. So if there's something going on wrong with me and I want to express it and you are guiding me that you are being emotional, so don't speak about it, then you are not helping me. Yeah. And if you let me suspect the emotions, a time will come, I become so cold. Yeah. Distance. I don't even know how to feel like a human being any longer. Right. And that person can hurt you without even feeling how you feel. Because I don't have any feeling for you. If I'm hurting you, I will even do worse. So the society who have been guiding other people, you are too emotional. I beg you. That is not the right way to do things. If a man is crying, as you come to my office, there's a tissue. I'll put the tissue, cry, let it out. When you are done, we talk. Yeah. And when they are done, they say, look, I feel so good. Actually, there's somebody could talk to me to let this out. But imagine at home, hey, Usu, how? and they can't even speak. And some of the women, you are crying and your partner comes outside, you are cleaning the face, anything, no problem. Because you have been made not to express those emotions because you are being emotional. Look, it's okay to be emotional. God created us to be emotional beings.
So men are allowed to cry. If you want to cry, don't worry. Cry as much as you can. But Emma, let me get into women's space because you and I are women. Yeah. A man will tell you that I'm not talking to you right now because I don't want anything. I don't want us to have a conversation. But in the evening, when you're going to bed, he's behind you. And then the next morning, you will wake up with all sunshines. Have you solved the issue at that point? Because there was no conversation for 1 week. Yeah. He says, I need space. When I'm ready, I'll talk to you. And then in the evening,
he wants to do something.
He wants to solve.
He wants to solve. You know, as Counselor said, after the deed is done, is the issue still lingering? You didn't solve it. I don't know, some people say that it solves issues, but I love to talk about things. We have to clear it out of the way before anything. You didn't speak to me for 1 week, but when it came to that one, you are behind me. Right. No, that's when some women also use that as power. Right. I won't give it to you. You understand? I won't give it to you. And this is where sometimes a man also and then it becomes an issue. He's like, oh, so now you are, I want to use a tree. But she has something in her, but you expect her to open up to you to do the deed. Women are very emotional. Even though you are her husband, she feels like she needs to solve that issue to do that with. It's not a crime. But maybe for some people, that's their way of solving, issues. Once they do it, it's done. But the thing is, the issue can come up again, even after the deed is done, because the deed is just for, the night. But whatever is there, it's in her. She might give it to you, but she will still love to talk about what is going on. So for me, I don't think there's a solution. When there's an issue, solve it. Solve it, clear it out of the way. Where you went wrong, tell me.
Mama, somebody bought you a G-Wagon.
Oh.
Your boyfriend, your husband brings home or your boyfriend brings home a G-Wagon. Gives you, let's say, $10,000, says go and enjoy yourself. You're telling me after the anger, maybe he's not spoken to you for 1 month. Now he's okay. He says, yeah, manenka. He's brought you a G-Wagon. He's giving you $10,000. He says, I've booked the flight for you. I'm taking you on vacation. You will not go.
Magic, but magic.
And that's the reality on ground, right?
I would take it, but you know, Lois, it still doesn't really solve the issue. It sounds nice. Let's be honest, we have been partners that anytime there's an issue, he flies you out, but it's not really solving what is going on between you. So anytime you have an issue, then you shower your partner with a gift. Instead of talking about it as matured man, why are you always No, it can build resentment. Yes, you might take the gift and all that. It's like, can you just forget what somebody did to you automatically because they gave you a G-Wagon? Meanwhile, maybe the thing hurts you. This is something that you feel like he had to apologize to me. Then he gets you a G-Wagon instead. Even though, yes, but a sorry goes a long way. Admitting or taking accountability, for me, it takes a long way. Yes, after that, then bring the G-Wagon. The G-Wagon, I will take it, but deep down, I still feel that you have done something to me that you need to apologize. So, Lois, it's good to be showered with gifts and all that, but I feel like the more you are able to solve your issues, it makes your relationship stronger. That's how I feel.
Right. Counselor, you're smiling. I think...
I'm smiling because women are looking for presence. I want to feel you around, be present, not just a present. So if the connection has made me I'm feeling invisible, not heard, not listened to, and then you give me a gift. You've not done it. Sometimes the lady collected gifts, but you don't see that appreciation. So you say, oh, you are not grateful. But if we have solved the issue, look, the way I see the gift, as if you are buying the issue, what you did with the gift, instead of being present for us to talk about it. Again, the sex, this sex thing that come to you, or men will come to you to have sex. Sometimes he's not coming because he wants to solve anything. It's coming for the sex for his own needs. His own physical needs. If I give a good analogy, so men will understand better. It's like there's a bowl, we've eaten it, we've not washed the bowl. It's dirty. And you are hungry. So you don't care serving that dirty bowl and eat it.
Because that's what you're hungry.
You're hungry. The other person will love us to clean the bowl and eat inside. So no. So you just come and pick the bowl, and then you serve the food, and you bring the food and let eat. I'll be there just for being there sick, but not that I'm there to enjoy the food. So a lot of women will have the sex with you, but they won't enjoy the sex. They are just there to allow you to do whatever you want to do, and when you are done, you go. And those who even get into the action a little, they want to talk to you, and they say, oh, I thought we are okay.
Yes.
Because we had sex. No, we are not okay because we had sex. It's just physical.
But what if that is the cleaning ground? That's how, because maybe after you are done, both of you are in a very clear head space. Do you understand? Doesn't it also open up a little leeway for us to have a communication?
That's why the woman who get closer with sex, after the conversation, even after the sex, the act, they want to talk and the man is snoring. It's gone. It's not even. It's sleeping. Others just get up faster and then they leave and say, why are you leaving? Let's talk about it. Also, I thought we are okay because we had sex. What I'm saying that you cannot use the sex to solve certain issues. We might get closer. Maybe sometimes they open up to you for the sex because they are hoping that after doing that, we can talk about the issues. Let not be afraid. Some people, they are afraid that when we start talking about this, it will escalate the issue. So they wouldn't want to even sit down and talk about it. Probably if we are all going to respect each other and listen. Again, people don't listen when they are talking. Just to be patient, follow what I'm sharing with you from the beginning to the end and then validate. Oh, if I heard you, do you mean this and that? Then the other person comes in. A lot of people would not. As soon as I mentioned this, I know where you're heading towards. They also cross you. So at the end of the day, the thing is not solved and we go our way like that.
Well, this is a very interesting conversation. If you are home once again and you've experienced this, you're currently going or it's happening in your relationship, please do send me a message 055-157-5757. The conversation is looking amazing. Are you guys enjoying it so far? Yes. Well, we'll take a quick breather. When we come back, we still are talking about silent treatment. You think it's good? Is it a good thing? Does it solve issues? Is it manipulation or maturity? Let me know, but we'll still come back with more. Don't go anywhere. Changes, the #1 afternoon show in the whole of Ghana and the world. And we were still talking, or we've been talking about silent treatment. Do you think it's the best or the best way to solve issues in a relationship, in your marriage, even in your friendship? Do you give your friends silent treatment? Well, Fahim has finally joined us. Hi, Fahim.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
I feel like silent treating you right now, but don't worry. I'll forgive you for today. But do you solve, let me structure it well. In a relationship, would you rather silent treat your girl or you talk about things head on?
You know, I would like to sound like a scholar and try and give you like the better answer, quote unquote. But I feel like a lot of people just do silent treatment without knowing they are doing silent treatment.
Right.
Me, I want to hurt her small, so I'll act like, I don't care. I'm being nonchalant. Yeah. A lot of guys really do that, but I think the main problem is like figuring out or knowing that that's what you're doing.
Right.
But me, on first instinct, I don't do that. Me, I'd prefer to talk things out.
You talk it out.
Yeah.
How soon though?
Maybe after some 1 or 2 silent treatments.
You see? So there's still elements of silent treatment. How long does your silent treatment last?
Oh, no, it doesn't last long. Because of the kind of person I am. Me, I like to talk a lot.
Right.
And especially if it's my partner, it's like, yeah, essentially like my best friend.
Right.
So when we're talking, every time we're talking, we're having fun and stuff. When there's a problem and I give you silent treatment, I'm aware that's what I'm doing, And me cry, it's even paining me.
Right.
But I feel like you have to realize there's a problem here. But if you don't, Charlie, I'll just go GI then,
So you wouldn't talk. So for instance, you have silent treated her for 2 hours. She still doesn't know that this is the reason, because sometimes it happens, your partner is angry at you for a reason you do not know anything about.
Yeah.
So if after 2 hours of silent treating her, she doesn't come to say, baby, I'm sorry for A, B, and C, what do you do at that point?
I'll give clues. I'll give clues. Maybe like you can't see that, maybe like I'll give some certain eye, I'll raise some certain eye, or maybe if we're texting, some stuff I do all the time, like maybe good morning, babe. Maybe I'll just send GM. Like I'll put certain, I'll put certain clues there. If you don't pick it, then hey, Charlie.
So if she doesn't pick it, what happens?
Then I've lost. I'll take it. I've lost, and now I'll tell you here on that. Oh, Charlie, this is what you did.
I like what you just said, because Counselor, before we went on break, we're talking about men who don't like to talk. Didn't we say that? That men would rather throw the feeling or emotion away, because like he said, he has silent treated you for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You are his best friend. He wants to come and talk to you. So after 2 hours, he's forgotten about it, even though whatever you did hurt him. That's how he processes things.
What he doesn't know is that silent, she's feeling ignored. She's feeling rejected. Now GM, so just good morning. So your love have changed for me?
But she hates him.
You don't care about me. That's the real meaning to it.
Right.
Somebody, even if you are not happy with me, guys, sweetheart, I'm not happy with you.
Wow.
Okay? But
Counselor,
I'm telling
this man hurt me yesterday. Fahim, your girlfriend hurt you 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
You're texting her, baby, you have hurt me. Why is the baby there?
Charlie, me, what I don't like is the fact that if you don't address it early, she will change it on you. And that's how women are. Hey, me, I'm a feminist too. I'm a feminist. But I feel like if you don't address the situation early, she'll change it and turn it on you, and you become the bad person, and you have to apologize. Do you understand? So I think I kind of agree with Counselor here, because if that's not the case, then she'll start feeling ignored or rejected, and when she's like, baby, you've changed. Me? I've changed? Even though I'm on changes.
Right. So she would rather. I feel like you are calling women manipulators. Amma, don't you feel like they're calling us manipulators? Because what do you mean? Are you agreeing?
I mean, I don't even know what to say, guys. You know, for me, I'm also like him. I can't do silent treatment for long. Marco, 1 hour. I'll try to come back and try to let you know that something is going on with me. I'll come and sit by you. What you did. I'm that type. Some women can take it to another level. But for me, I like my relationships to be healthy. So I feel like silent treatment is just going to ruin whatever. It breaks trust, anxiety. It's like you start thinking, okay, what is he thinking? Even though you are doing the silent treatment, he says something at the point you'll be like, what is she feeling?
Yeah.
What is he thinking?
Yeah.
Or you as an empath, when you love your man so much, trust me, you can't give him silent treatment for even 2 hours. You understand? Oh, girl, stop. You know what I mean? So for me, communication is key.
Right.
Yeah.
Fahim, a lot of young men these days tend to do the silent treatment, also because of the, I don't want to say stigma, but how society perceives men. They would rather be silent. Why do you think they're doing that though? Because women, regardless, even when she's held it for 8 hours, when you finally talk, she will tell you, right? Men tend to internalize, especially young men. Why do you do that?
I feel like, no, I don't feel like the issue is it's a losing game. Like it's a lose-lose situation.
Right.
Regardless, if you open up, you're losing. If you also don't open up, you are losing. So there's no point in me opening up in the first place. Do you get me?
Right.
Because if maybe you and I have an issue, right? Let's say we're dating and we have an issue. If, let's say you insulted me some way, I didn't like it, I'll just decide to keep it. Because if I tell you, you turn it on me and be like, oh, I'm being so sensitive or what, cry, bear my student. So I'll just keep it and I'll internalize it and I'll move on. That's how it is.
So you are internalizing because you don't want to hurt her. But if you have a frank conversation, let's say after 2 days, she's still not realizing or recognizing what she's done, don't you think it's more advisable to have the conversation? Is she not the person you called best friend?
Yeah.
So why would your best friend say that, why are you being soft? Then I mean, you're not really the right partner.
Oh yeah, but then that's me. But in the general masses, like, I doubt there's anybody that would want to just face it head on. Just be like, you know what, it's not anything, and then move on.
Right.
That's how guys are generally.
Right. But Counselor, I hear that a lot. The guys have, and we did speak about that men would rather, I don't want to talk about it. And you have seen men literally cry in front of you when they come for counseling. Now, they are internalizing things. Do you think that, do they even try? Because I feel if you're in a relationship right now, you're not going to have the conversation with her. You even try it. You've not tried to see if she will turn it on you or not. So do you think that men are just taking past trauma into their future relationships, and that's why they're not talking?
Not every man take the past trauma to the future relationship. So that a man think through the issue, oh, this is a small issue. It's not a big deal. But a woman is about her feeling, how this issue make her feel. So I'm analyzing the thing is nothing. I just, that behavior is childish. She's feeling you are calling me immature, I'm child. So if you are, he comes and says, it's okay, let's forget about it. And then you are also expressing how you feel. After saying it's okay, let's forget about it. And you still showing me different attitude. Because you think that he has called you childish. So you come and apologize for saying, I'm sorry for calling you childish. In the mind, maybe the action that happened, I said the action is childish. Not you as a person, I'm calling you childish. So I'm not expecting you to feel like that.
Yeah.
So to me, this is nothing. Yeah. But to you, it's a big deal. You have to speak about how you feel. Then probably you let me know this is what the issue is. Then we can clarify it. But when I say it's nothing, and you are still dragging it without talking about how you feel it, the next morning I talk to you and you are showing me attitude. So men will internalize that you are being disrespectful.
Right.
You are not willing to even make the relationship work. And they will turn it a different way.
Right.
So men and women, we are speaking from different places. Some will speak from the mind, some will speak from the heart. All what we can do is when we come to the table, help your partner understand you. And we can do that through communication. And this has been oversaid here, communication.
Right.
So speak, but when you're speaking, talk about you. Stop going to be addressing your partner. So you are like this, you this, last 3 days. It's not about me, it's about you. So I am feeling like this thing helped me. I'm not happy with certain treatment. This makes me feel. You might not understand, but I'm telling you about me. That's, oh, I see. Oh, so this is how this makes you feel. Next time I know what to do. So women don't pile out the whole thing and come back and then make it a big deal. Because some men, when they say it's nothing, they don't even keep it here.
Right.
They say there are more important things to process or think about. So they just throw it away and then they move on.
Right.
So if you are keeping it, and one day you are crying and say, so just small things you are crying like that. What had a man to come to the place of crying? It's not what will make the woman cry.
Right.
They are different dimensions.
Right.
Yeah.
Fahim, have you ever been silent treated before?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Charlie, all the time. Especially when maybe I forget something.
Right.
Like I was supposed to call you at 10 or something and I forgot.
But why didn't you call at 10?
I forgot.
Right.
Easy, but you know.
And how do you handle it? Do you tend to let things go faster?
Oh, I'm one to apologize. I don't like dragging the thing long, because when it's long, it builds up and becomes something else, you know.
Right.
And then they start saying, and then you also did this, and then you also did this, and then you also did, and I'm cooked. So you know what? I'll just apologize then. You forgive me there. You forgive me there.
Right.
And let's forget about it.
Now this forgiveness, because I've heard men say, a woman will say, I've forgiven you. But there's some attitude. Not for him agreeing. So in the moments, the word forgiveness has been thrown.
Yeah.
You've heard it, but there's attitude. How do you deal with that?
I feel like sometimes a lot of it has to do with your character as well.
Right.
If let's say I didn't call you at 10 like 3 times, and that's why you're acting off, and I apologize. I feel like she hasn't, accepted the apology then. But then if I start showing, more maturity and actually calling at the 10 p.m. and she realizes I'm changing or I'm trying to do stuff for the better, I feel like that's when she actually accepts the apology, but not then. Right. So if I'm able to apologize and become a better person, you know, I feel like that's where we can move on from.
Okay, please put your hands together for the young men. And I'm hoping that you do, because counselor, you hear a lot of people, and I think that it results in a lot of ladies not dating their peers. Because like you said, women process things a little bit faster, and women grow, I think they mature faster, they body-wise, everything grows faster. So they will tell you, I won't date someone like Fahim, because if I dated Fahim, the probability of him noticing when I have a problem is very low, because you think we are just joking, but it's not a joke to me. And that is why women, or some women, would rather say that I'm going for an older person. Do the older people not silent treat people as well?
They do that. What the women are asking for, emotional availability. So what does that mean? When I'm sharing my thoughts or my feelings, listen to understand me. Because some of the young guys, there we go again. You're being dramatic, and then you rubbish it. But other men or the older one will say, so you talk, I'm hearing you or listening. So she feels that she's being heard. And again, so older one don't care taking accountability. Oh, I'm sorry for A, B, C, D. Next time I'll make up to you. The young one doesn't want to feel bad. So they will ask her, what about you? Last time, they're being defensive. So in our relationship, I know some ages we can be on the same age, but emotionally some people can be very mature. And then emotionally sometimes others are not mature. So we cannot put all men in the same bracket. What a lady should do is they should realize that men don't know you. I am married to a woman. My every blessed day what I do is to learn to know her more.
Right.
So men don't know you. So give them opportunity every blessed day to get you what? To know you.
Right.
In the way you process things, in the way you do things. But don't assume that we are in a relationship. You should know me. Some come to a relationship and say, because you've not dated a lot of people, different people, so you don't have experience. No, it's not like that. Because even those experiences can come and destroy the relationship.
Right.
Well, how somebody treating me is not how you are treating me. What I got there is not what I'm getting now. So if I bring the other person in, there's going to be a comparison. I'm comparing you to my past, my own work. So when we come to the relationship, all of us have to be mature. Help A is also help B. Forgiveness, as we are touching on forgiveness. And see, we always say, people will say that women don't forget. Men too don't forget. You see, forgetfulness is about, I don't want this to control me, so I'm not paying attention to it.
Right.
But sometimes the ladies think that you said sorry, I think you don't mean it. You've not shown enough remorse for what you have said sorry. So when next one happens, then let's bring the old one to the table. I thought you forgiving me. No. So sometimes the men end up saying that women don't forget, because if you think you forgiving me, I don't think you should bring that up. Probably what they are asking is change of behavior, change of character, whatever happened today, let's take accountability, not repeat the same thing, so that we don't have this pattern playing up in the relationship.
All right, so Kwejo, if you're at home and you are listening, when you do something and the woman comes to you and she says, stop, please change. Let us see the change so that the women can also stop maybe getting angry, yes, and communicating the way they do. Well, we have messages. I want us to move from silent treatment to those who speak immediately it happens, because that also has its up and down sides, and we'll get into that. But let me read a few of the messages. This one said, hi Changes, how are you doing, Shola? I am good, thank you. I think speaking up on relationships works more than silent treatment. I know this couple in my neighborhood, they used to write what they want to say. Speaking up really works. Maybe the other partner may not know their fault, so speaking up draws his or her attention on that. I'm Anita inside Kumasi. Now, counselor, those who silent treat each other but they are texting, I mean, we are still communicating. Aren't they?
Wow.
So that the communication, it doesn't bring out the emotions as much. If you say GM, what does the GM mean?
Good morning.
GM, K, okay.
Right.
But when I say good morning, the way I even say is maybe you are hurt or you express other emotions.
Right.
And sometimes the emojis we see on the phone are not able to express our emotion better. So I will encourage you to speak about it instead of just using the right up.
All right. This one says, good afternoon, everyone. You're looking stunning, Shola. Thank you. And you're doing amazing. Thank you. This topic is so interesting. And Shola, you are making Kwejo suffer so much. Please, there's I'm an Ajwa, so relax. My opinion is that partners should communicate and also observe each other to know what best solves their issue. From Kumasi. Okay, thank you for sending that. This one says, good afternoon. I'm Patricia from Akrokeri. I'm enjoying your program. Please, if he talks to you on phone happily, but when you are out with him, within a short time, he's moody. If you ask him the problem, he will say nothing, but can be on his phone all day. Please, does that man have a problem with me? We are not yet married. So did you get the question?
Wow.
There's a problem for him. We've spoken about it. We are okay on the phone. On the phone, we are happy, we are fine. But in person, when I see you after 20 minutes, it's like you're moody. And it keeps happening all the time. She says they're not married yet. So what does she do?
Probably we have to do with the temperament, maybe melancholy. We spoke about it on the phone.
Yeah.
Probably meeting you want to see different thing again. Oh, what we said on it, truly I forgiven you or something like that. He hasn't seen that he's showing a bit of moodiness. So what I'll just play with your partner, let the partner know that when we speak about this on the phone and we agree, when we come in touch in person, it should make a bit of effort. Because he will bring his emotions there. The melancholy, if he's hurt with you in the house, we fought, and we are going to the church. At the church there, you see it on the person's facial expression that I have an issue with you. And sometimes it could take a day or two before they let go. So if you are beside a person, you have to have a bit of patience. And then you get along as time goes on.
Right, Amma. If you were stuck in this case,
I don't like mood swings.
Right.
Especially men that go into mood from time to time. I don't think it's a very masculine thing for me.
Right.
I mean, why are you talking with me as if we don't have an issue on phone? And then when we meet in person, you are acting like we have an issue. It's not gelling, like it's not making sense to me. So I think, I don't know. I don't want to talk about someone's, but for me, it's not for me. Yeah.
Fine.
I'll play the devil's advocate.
Why are we advocating for the devil?
Hold on. What if he's shy?
Oh.
What if maybe like he's a shy guy, and on the phone he's not seeing her in person, so like he can open up. You feel me? But when he sees her, he's stunned by her beauty and her charisma and everything. No. Hold on. Even okay, she said it on the phone, right? But I've had an experience with not me, but a friend of mine used to text this girl all the time, and then he'll be telling the boys to help him send her messages and things. So he'll be sending sweet messages, but when they meet in person, the vibe is not there.
Right.
You feel me? So maybe it can be something like that. But this is on phone, so that would be it. We had that.
Well, please listen to counselor. I don't mind fine. But this one says, "Good afternoon. Please, what about?" Okay, yes. Good afternoon. Please, what about you are doing your best for her, but she says she isn't satisfied while you are going in all to make everything feel all right. So I think this person, the guy has probably wronged her, and he's doing everything possible to make sure that she's satisfied. In this case, what do we do?
Oh, we all have a limit. If I'm putting an effort, be able to appreciate or acknowledge those efforts. But if it makes me feel I'm not doing anything at all, it's to let the person know that behavior makes me feel like, look, everything I bring to the table is not being appreciated.
Right.
Is that what it means, that you don't appreciate anything I do at all? Then that will change the person's perspective.
In this case, don't you just break up?
Oh, so they have to bring the whole thing to the person's understanding. If they are willing to change, then we have a chance. Okay. If they are not willing to change, then you break up. But you don't break up and later realize that the person doesn't even know the reason why you broke up with them. Okay.
So you heard us. This one says most ladies these days feel controlled. They feel controlled by the moment. Okay, so they feel controlled the moment you talk about their flaws. The moment you start correcting them when they go wayward, they feel controlled. I'm really talking from experience, and I know what I'm talking about. Due to this, most men would decide to go silent. Edmond from Isiakwa is the one saying that. Fahim, do you agree?
Not really.
Right.
Not really. I feel like it has to do with the relationship you have with the person.
Right.
If you knew prior that the person wasn't somebody that was, willing to accept who they are actually, then he cast. I feel like the relationship cast.
Counselor.
Sometimes how you say the things can make the person feel good or bad. If I'm hearing the content is bad, you are accusing me, you are criticizing me, or you are making demands instead of dialogue, at least I'll make you feel like maybe you are controlling and stuff like that. So probably our good friends should change the way you communicate and see whether the feedback will be the same.
So you heard those who write GM. If you write GM, how am I supposed to know?
That is GM. You take worrying for.
Because how did we move from good morning babe to GM?
General manager.
Maybe he's at a meeting, so he couldn't go.
Right, let's get more messages. This one says, good afternoon. Even with my experience, I had been in a relationship for 4 years and still doing the same thing. Whenever you talk about it, he always has a problem, and when you don't too, he has the problem. Later he will be like, no drama today. Okay, more messages. This one says, good afternoon to the crew. I'm enjoying the program, but I have a little to share. Personally, I love the silent way so that my partner can figure out what's wrong. But what time I realize it's a bad option, because most of the time the partner might not even know what he did wrong. My reason is, if I start talking immediately, I may end up regretting certain words I may end up using in that moment. But my question to the counselor is, after the issue is trashed, is it okay after weeks or months your partner revisits the topic? I'm asking because for me, if we are done solving the issue, I don't like to revisit it. But my partner loves that. So when that happens, I don't even mind him or talk about the issue because I feel he loves to dig into the past instead of moving on. Thanks. Mandy from Community 2. Okay, we'll come back to that. This one says, opening up to my husband always ends up in an argument and we never get to the conclusion of our issue. So I have chosen silent treatment over speaking up. All right. This one says, hi, Shola. Good afternoon. You're looking beautiful. Thank you. Silent treatment works for me because anytime I try talking to my partner, he takes it outside the box than what I intend to say or bring it up. So for me, instead of speaking, I intend to be quiet. Okay. So this one says, good afternoon. Please, thank you for this segment. The relationship, if you don't take care, you will say things and regret later. My partner always makes me feel I'm the problem, but that's not the case. When things go rough, knowing very well it is his fault and you want to talk about it, Then he shushes you and tells you, don't talk. He can ghost you for weeks and later comes back like nothing happened. I have talked, and he's not listening or letting me be heard. For this, how do you deal with it? Okay, we come back to that. This one says, good afternoon, Lois. I just want to say hi to Fahim and tell him, Asa na koko no asa. Oh, Fahim. So Fahim has a new song. We'll get to that. Don't worry. This one says, good afternoon. You're looking so stunning, Shola. Thank you. And you're doing amazing. So I think I've already read this one. And this one also said, hi, changes. This is Bridget from Ghana Flag. I'm really enjoying the conversation. And also, the guy in the white top is actually saying everything. What's the difference between taking space and giving the silent treatment? Good afternoon. All right. And finally, this one says, good afternoon. Please, what about you are doing your best for her, but she's not satisfied? Okay, I think we've also delved into this one. So, Counselor, let's go back to the person who said that regardless of anything that they do, this man is not forgetting that situation. That one time that I took your 10 cedis and I didn't tell you. Every time we have an argument, you bring that 10 cedis again.
Probably the first time they spoke about it, it wasn't fully resolved. To the woman or to the other partner, we are okay, but to the other person, we are not okay. So if you keep on talking about this 10 cedis, how does the 10 cedis make you feel? What can we do to resolve that? Going forward, what do you need for me to do? I am listening to you. Let me hear you. If you give that opportunity and the person is able to speak about it, and probably we don't repeat similar stuff, I believe the pattern will stop. So let's not rush issues. Sometimes people rush issues. Oh, this matter, you are stressing too much. Some people like to talk about it. The way they talk about it is how they resolve it. Others, I feel uncomfortable, think you are stressing it. So I'll give you the opportunity, speak. When you are done, I also speak. Are we okay? Have we found a solution? Can we let this go and move on? When that's resolution or agreement, probably I don't think we should be going back to the past.
Right.
And
so we leave the past in the past.
The past is in the past, yes.
Right. The past is not the present. Well, so when you're done and you talk about it, it should not be brought to par. Nobody should talk about it again. All right. Now, unfortunately, I have to let all of us go. Fahim, if something was supposed to happen today, and also I'm asking this because some people say we will talk about it, but you know anger, it starts small. Maybe you're talking, he's not getting it. You're talking, he's not getting it. You're raising your voice and you say something and it even makes the anger bigger. In this case, should we really talk about it in the moment? Because some people think that in the moment we can have the conversation, but it looks like it's spiking the anger. In this case, which of the alternatives should we use?
Well, if you are starting with me, I believe every relationship needs wisdom, we need grace. And what I've known is when you are angry, you don't make sense. Nobody who is angry makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't love to express myself when I'm angry. So what I'll do is I'll tell my partner that, look, I'm upset, overwhelmed, not happy with certain things. But I'll talk about it.
Yes.
Can we do that in an hour or two? And again, if the conversation is going the way you don't like it, ask for time out. You call it time out. Please, I'm overwhelmed. Let's talk about it in 2 hours' time, please. But if you wait for you to get angry, you can't control what you say at that moment. So the words will come out, and later when you say you are sorry, people will not take it because people have this language that children tell the truth, those who get drunk tell the truth, and those who get angry, whatever they say, they tell the truth. So they will use what you said in a moment of anger against you, even when there's no issue. So please, watch your words. When you're angry, it's not the best time to
I mean,
your
if
best.
you were angry at your girl, and I'm not talking about the regular one, she's done something that has hurt you.
Yeah.
It's not even pissed, hurt. In the moment, you want to discuss it, right? It's been 2 hours. Now she wants to talk. You are not fully there. How would you communicate that to her?
I feel like honestly, I'd have to just tell the truth at that point. Personally, I'm the kind of person to go off the rails when I'm angry.
Right.
I've not adopted the whole you know what, I can't talk right now.
Right.
No, in the moment, that kind of thing. And I almost always regret it.
Right.
So I think I'd have to also agree with Doc and Guda and start using that route. Because I feel like most of the time when that happens, there's there's a dent in the relationship that just can't be fixed.
Right.
Yeah. Abi, you know who I was with, no? Charlie Castro.
Right. Now, Amma, if you also found yourself in such a situation, and you know, women, when we are angry, sometimes we scream. It's not like we hate you.
Yes.
But where we are going, it's like you're not seeing where we're going, right? In this instance, you are extremely angry. How do you communicate to your partner? Because I don't think it's, counselor, I'm saying this because I don't think it is something we practice here.
Yeah.
How many times do you hear someone say, I'm angry, you there, give me 2 hours?
Yeah, like,
want to react.
So this is the awareness we teach them. If you have this knowledge, this is like a tool.
We are all learning.
Yes, if you know you have a certain tools for certain job, at the right time you go for it. So it's just awareness we're creating now. So once you have this at the back of your mind, hey, kick it.
But have you ever
The truth is, honestly, no.
Right.
When the thing comes, it's like, especially when you're angry and he's trying to avoid you, it even makes you angrier. You start talking. Are you not listening to me? After what you did, you are now moving away. Yes, the words can come, but control yourself in that moment. I'm not saying that you can't talk, but choose your words carefully at that moment, because it can flip on you. You know, he might be wrong, but he says something that if you don't take care, you will get angry and the whole script will flip on you. And now they will brought you in the elders. I don't know, catch you say, oh, Jimmy for Sebu. In the moment, the heat, you forgot he was your husband. Wait, Jimmy Pa, you understand? And it's like, we ain't and then it makes your case even like, now nobody is even for. So as Doc said, we are all practicing. Now when we feel like we are angry, we'll take a breather, and then later we come back to the issue.
Let me. Vendetta, you've been quiet. Are you a silent cheater, or you talk to the person head on?
I'll be silent for a while.
You will be silent. What is a while?
Maybe some few minutes.
Few minutes. 30 minutes.
Maximum
10.
Wow.
There are some good men in this world.
Oh, yeah.
Maximum 10. And in this case, when you're going to her, are you going like, babe, I know you wronged me? Is it babe or you made
GM?
Yeah, or GM? Where are we going?
I don't have like this morning. You know, that's what happened. And I'm happy about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Is dicey.
The way you like it. To escalate.
Okay. All right. Let me go to my audience. Do we have some silent cheaters here? Let me see. Where's the microphone? Let me find out. Loco. Not even dating. If you had a friend, right, and you were angry at your friend, do you talk about it immediately, or you wait?
I talk about it.
Immediately?
Yes, please.
Really? Not out of anger. So how do you go about it?
Because we are all human beings, and nobody will understand your feelings.
Right.
So there's no way for you to keep it. You have to speak out.
Right. So immediately it happens.
Yes.
You're going straight to talk about it.
Yes, please.
Right. Let me speak to you. So if something happened, let's say at home, between you and your partner or you and your friend, would you be the first to talk about it? Are you a silent cheater?
Yes, please, but not. It won't keep long.
All right. Well, do we have any questions for counselor? Does anybody have any question for counselor? Nobody. Hey, what's some of your good children, Anna? Hey! Yo. So we'll get you have a question. Okay, please use your microphone so we can hear you better. All right. Okay, so we're going to get, it's already on, so just use that. All right, so question to counselor.
So, counselor, let's say you're with your partner.
Can you speak up?
Let's say you're with your partner, yeah? And then she's doing something you don't like. You see it, but you don't talk about it, yeah? You keep it for, let's say, some days, but then it's bothering you. And when you confront her, it turns into a fight. What do you do?
All right. It will turn to a fight because your first 3 minutes of how you start a conversation will determine whether there will be a fight or there won't be a fight.
Right.
If you go silent or if you go calm, you start a conversation calm, look, the response will be calm. But if you go ramble, like you're looking for a fight, you get it back. And again, the choice of words, how you say it, if the person feels accused, blame, criticize, they want to defend. So for me, instead of keeping this emotion for long, and then you are boiling up before coming to the conversation, why don't you talk about it earlier? So if you have gone to talk about it and there's a fight, please let the partner know that me and you are on the same side against the issue. So relax.
Right. Counselor, there are people who say, while you're talking, or you're having the communication, like he said, maybe after 3 days, I'm over it, I want us to talk about it. You're talking to him, and all he keeps saying is, okay, I've heard you, Chaso. But you have a lot to say, oh. Like what you have to say is like 30 minutes worth of content.
That's painful.
You understand? Yes. And then he keeps saying, Chaso, Chaso, Chaso. Isn't that... It's like you're curtailing my feelings.
So what I've played with you is,
Is that even the problem?
What I want to say is about me. Can you please give me a listening ears?
Counselor.
What I'm saying is about me. What I'm asking for, I'm requesting for you is like, give me a listening ear as a friend, as a partner. Don't make this about you.
No.
Because sometimes people say trust you because they are feeling uncomfortable, thinking that you are talking about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But listen, before Fahim comes, I'm saying that because sometimes, especially with women, for instance, the argument is, why did you leave the bowls unwashed? Let's say that.
Yeah.
Now we start the conversation. I say, I was not happy with how you left the bowls unwashed. And he's listening. And I said, you could have washed it. Where you are going, I think you should have washed the bowls. He's still listening to me. So why did you leave it? I need you to explain why you left. Then he says, I'm wrong. You there, let's forget it. But you are not done. You still go back to, and I think you should have washed the bowls. So it feels like...
But why did you leave it?
Yeah, it feels like it's a little repeated. So in that case, when the person says, it's okay, Chaso, is the person wrong, or the person should wait for you to use 1 hour to talk about plates you didn't wash?
So even you who is talking, you are not even sharing your feelings. So when the person didn't wash the bowl, how did you feel? All this ranting, you've not even spoke about that feeling. There's something you are not happy about it, but you're just running around.
So to the guy, you're just repeating
the same thing.
Right.
Okay, but if you have just said that, oh, because he didn't wash the bowl, I feel like this. The guy said, I hear you. Then that could have just, so those who go around repeating the same thing, like they are speaking, but they are being vague, beating around the bush. It doesn't also not solve things. Maybe the guys, what we can also learn is sometimes when you say somebody, I love you, I care about you, it's not I have to be feeling butterfly in my stomach before I say it.
Right.
You know what, I love you, I care about you, I understand you. So let it go, please. I will help your spouse.
And baby, I love you, but you are wrong. Do you understand? I think this has been an insightful conversation, hasn't it been? Please put your hands together for my people. I'll let you guys get one more word in before we go. So Fahim, what are your final words before we go?
My final words are...
10 seconds, sir.
Hey, silent treatment is not the best. I feel like we should, tackle everything head on and then communicate, talk to the person, and, we'll get, a better relationship.
So, baby, I love you.
Yes, baby, I love you. No GM, please.
All right, Amma.
Okay, for me, communication is key in every healthy relationship. If you don't say what you're feeling, your partner is not going to know what you have in your head. So let's learn to communicate effectively without beating. Counselor says something, you keep repeating. What is bothering you, put that on board, and then you come together and you solve it as matured couples. Okay. So that's my take.
Right.
I'll say, one, let's be respectful towards each other.
Yeah.
Irrespective of your emotions, you are with somebody. So the matters. Again, let's show empathy.
Okay.
Put yourself in the other person's shoe. Whatever you are going to see, whatever you are doing, how does the person feel? I think these two ways, we need it in our relationship.
All right. Thank you so much. This has been such a good conversation. Once again, you at home, instead of saying, I'm not talking to you for 2 years, or instead of sending GM, tell them, baby, I love you, and then continue to, solve your issues in the most amicable way. Please put your hands together again for these three amazing people. And I know that you at home have also heard. Thank you also for sending in your messages. But